Guys, I know a stock that just rebounded about 102% as of this recording from the recent lows. And yes, we are talking obviously about the Tesla stock, the crazy rebound that we did from about 16th of March until now. It's about 103%. And now I know we did a couple of videos why this stock is going up, but I want to speak with you today in this vlog about what could lead that this stock will go up or down in the next couple of weeks. I think this is the more interesting question, and therefore we will talk about the earnings on the 22nd of April. We will talk about the reopening of the factory, and we will talk about the Battery Day in mid of May. So stay tuned, let's roll. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. And also don't forget for the YouTube algorithm to absolutely smash the thing out of this like button, all right? Because today we will dive into the expectations of the earnings that are just about 7 days away. The earnings, the Q1 earnings, we know the production numbers, we know the delivery numbers, but how Tesla is holding up financially? Because this is a big question. The Q1 2019 was a complete disaster and led to the most selling in Tesla stock since a very long time. And this was an unbelievable opportunity for us as Tesla investors to load up those stocks. And I was telling you since the summer that this stock is absolutely going insane. And did I promise too much? I don't think so, because this roller coaster stock is absolutely really insane. So we hit the $968 mark, went down to $350, and now jumping around $734 as of this recording. Now the most important question is, what is expected by Wall Street? We now seeing some earnings coming in. They are not that bad, to be honest, but obviously we see between the lines what is coming up. Banks are loading up on huge piles of billions of dollars on the reserves to pay faulted loans. And this is obviously a very bad sign, but there's the Fed that pumping a lot of money into the market, and this stabilized the whole market and also Tesla stock obviously, and we are seeing these highs. And what will be so important, if Tesla can guide a good guidance for the next of the year, or for the next months, for the next quarters, then we should see a good stimulus further for this kind of prices. You have to understand that those prices at the current forward PE at 142 will be totally negotiated once we have the earnings, because once the earnings are there, we can recalculate the PE, and if the PE is too high, we can see the stock going way down and lose all those gains. And we, on the other side, if Tesla surprise us, and this would be not the first time, then we can see a Tesla stock going to new highs. And I would rather see them going down so we can buy some more of those beautiful stocks. Second, let's talk about the reopening of Fremont Gigafactory. Because Tesla, from all of these companies out there affected, have a pretty good experience base that they can put into. They know what they have done in China to reopen within 10 or 14 days, and they put some measurements inside. They let the workers go through temperature scans. They are leading in security for the health of the workers, and therefore I believe Tesla can make a big example. Not only that they supported the health and cities with those self-engineered gadgets, but also they can reopen as fast as they close the factory. Obviously, it will take some time. It will take some time to get to the capacity. I don't think there will be a problem with the demand. Just recently in China, we have seen how big the demand is, and we have seen now data from very luxury shops, retail shops, that made their best months after China reopened. And therefore, I believe that once the Tesla factories reopen, that we will see a huge wave that they have to work after that, right? They have to reach maybe the 500K in guidance of sold cars, and therefore they need to produce them. So I think they will do everything to really open on the 4th of May, and I'm very curious how they can move on the production. I hope the governments don't put some further lockdowns. This would be very unfortunate for the whole economy actually, but we shall see. Obviously the health is the number one priority for all Tesla employees, and therefore this would be number 2 factor, how fast they can open to support the Tesla stock at these levels. And last but not least, the most awaited investor day for technology is the battery day by Tesla. Now, I made a whole vlog about this. If you're interested, make sure to check out this vlog on my channel, where I go in deep analysis of what can be expected and what was done in the last autonomous day, which was also a huge success for Tesla stock. And I believe that if they can pull this factor closer as close as possible to mid of May, maybe it will be rescheduled to end of May and then rescheduled to June. But as soon as they can do this and show that they can produce beautiful batteries, they can increase the capacity of the batteries, and that they can mass produce those batteries, if they can answer those questions, then we should be able for another rocket booster at the Tesla stock rocket, because this will give us a huge boost for the stock, if we have seen, in the last couple of years when the Tesla announced something similar, like for example the autonomous day, which was amazing when they announced the software, how the software works, the new designed hardware, which was better than anything on the market. And if the Tesla Technology Center will show us that they are way advanced, then I believe that this will be a huge booster for the Tesla stock. Let's jump into the conclusion. So as you can see, we had now a couple of news that drive the Tesla stock way high. All right, we had a couple of news that was good for Tesla, but not directly related for Tesla. For example, Ford announced that they will have a disastrous quarter where they expect $600 million loss. Okay, so this loss numbers are just, for us Tesla investors, something that we got used to over the years, but for Ford this is heavy. And this obviously, I believe this gave Tesla stock a little boost over there. And then we have the future. As discussed, we need to see how the earnings will be. The earnings can be a booster for the stock in the next couple of weeks. We shall see how and when Tesla can put those experience from China into workplace, into reopening their facilities. And number 3, obviously the battery day, to show them on 3 different levels how Tesla will challenge the upcoming very unprecedented situation. And this will be, the most questionable fact that investors want to know. Investors hate uncertainty on the market. If there's uncertainty on the market, we have seen in the last couple of weeks what this will do to stocks and to companies and to the stock market overall. But in the end of the day, we need to see clear steps. If we don't open at 2nd or 4th of May or beginning of May, let us know the timeline so we know what to expect this year, okay? Because this is the most important part, to know what to expect, to calculate, to show us where the future is for Tesla. And therefore, I believe that we are in maybe one of the most exciting days of Tesla investing, and I'm super pumped about this opportunities. We had great opportunities to buy very low. Now it's going up. Some people will take the profit. Obviously, this is totally normal, and maybe we go back down. Maybe we can load up some more shares and then it goes up. However, think long term, this stock will be at a couple of $1,000s per stock, and therefore, I'm super pumped about the future. I hope you too, and I see you tomorrow.